Hey everybody, this is Mo and this is Mo Chat. It is 4:06 p.m. It is also October the 12th, 2016. Alright. First off, right off the bat, let's be cheerful, okay? We got 100 subscribers. Yeah, we did. And right after this video, I'm going to do a chat with my subscribers. And I'm going to thank a very special lady, so don't miss that coming up. Alright, this is some earthquake info time. Okay, when I do my earthquake reports, you know that I like to bring up information about earthquakes. Now, I would like to share some very important information with my subscribers in Oklahoma and in Kansas especially. All of my family and my friends, a bunch. I have lots of family and friends in Oklahoma and Kansas. I have lots of family in Texas as well. So, this message is to these three states especially. I want you to keep an eye on what's going on as far as oil wells, gas wells, pumping operations, fracking, and new fault lines popping up in mysterious places. Supposedly, there's been a report that came out about a new fault line they discovered, in Oklahoma. They also found a new one over there on that San Andreas Fault in California. They found a new one over there. Also, there's a lot of pumping and stuff going on in Nevada. There's a lot of rock blasts going on up in Butte, Montana. Another one happened today, a 1.7. But something strange is going on. Now, I've been studying earthquakes for a while now. I've been really interested in it, in at least over a year. But for the life of me, I don't remember anyone ever saying that the moon caused earthquakes. Okay, is there any scientific backup for this? Now, I'm going to refer you to a channel that's a very good channel, and he gives out a lot of good information that's very interesting. You'll need to go check out Entertainment Reviews. Okay, I'm going to give you a link to his channel. And go watch the one that he talks about the fracking wells and stuff. Okay, what all the pumping is going on. He shows a satellite view, a Google satellite, I believe, of Oklahoma and all the fracking wells, or they may not all be fracking, they could just be oil wells or oil pumping, but there's a lot of pumping going on in Oklahoma, and it's a whole lot more than what I originally thought. I mean, I know Oklahoma has always had a good quantity of oil. I mean, I was raised in Oklahoma, so I know about this. But I never imagined the extent of how many wells there are now compared to what there used to be. And according to Entertainment Reviews, who has so kindly shared this information with me, he's brilliant. He really knows how to look up stuff and how to find it. So go visit his channel and take a look at the maps that he shows of Oklahoma. It's really interesting. A lot of historical information on pumping wells and stuff in Oklahoma. Now, this report I pulled up about earthquakes and stuff, you see my new coffee cup, isn't it pretty? It has owls on it. I absolutely adore it. Okay? But that's part of my cheap shopping. If you catch any of my other videos, I do some tips on where you can get stuff really, really cheap. that is a good deal, let me tell you. Okay. There's this report that came up. I looked it up on newsok.com. I will give you a link to that as well, so you can go read their reports. They are now stating, and the report came out in September, which I didn't see this report. It's absolutely amazing how much news you can find online. I could spend hours and hours looking it up. And I'm so sorry that I did not find this before, but it did pop up today. I saw it. It was a report coming from USGS, which, those people have a hard job. And I would never say anything bad about anyone who studies this. It's got to be absolutely amazing work and hard work to figure out what's going on with the earthquakes. It's just awesome. But they put this report out that says Oklahoma and Kansas needs to be prepared for earthquakes just like California is having. So when I read the report, I was like, what? I was like, okay, that's absolutely amazing. And then another part of the page that I pulled up talked about them saying that a full moon causes earthquakes. I mean, come on. Really? We have had full moons around our planet for, what, millions and billions of years? I mean, really? I don't know. I really don't know the full moon thing. I have to say, okay, I'm not a NASA scientist. I don't know anything about that stuff. I see the full moon. I watch the moon come up. I watch it go down. I mean, I've studied some stuff about it. But as far as it causing earthquakes, come on. I'm a little bit leery of that. I don't think I'm falling for it. But I want to tell you something. In the past 7 days, Oklahoma has had 33 earthquakes. 33. 7 days, okay? Kansas has had some too. And the very little bit nerve-wracking about it is 3.0s, 3.9, 3.5, 3.1, 2.8, 2.9, 2.5, 2.6. Okay, and these are all happening in the northern part of Oklahoma City and going north up to the southern part of Kansas. Along that border, all between there. It's just getting amazing, okay? Amazing. If you look at my map, that would be right there. Right there is where it's happening. All of these little earthquakes. And we've had 33 there in the past 7 days. Okay. Now, if we take a look at that Salton Sea over there in California, there are continuous earthquakes still going off there. They may be small, but they're still calling it swarms of earthquakes. Now, and that's in our ring of fire too. So what is going on? I mean, should we be nervous or not? I really don't know. And nobody wants to scare anybody, but if USGS puts out a report that says Oklahoma and Kansas should prepare for these things, well, they're the scientists. They are the ones that we rely on to tell us. So I'm just saying, people, maybe we should really start preparing for these things. We did see that 5.8 in Oklahoma last month, so could it happen again? Could it happen again? Could it be bigger? Okay? And also, if you look on your map, if you get your globe out and draw a line going from the state of Oklahoma, okay, in the southeast, go from there and go directly northwest, run that line up, keep going northwest, you're going to run right through Yellowstone. The line is right there. You cannot miss it. Just keep going straight up, and Yellowstone is there. And then we've got these earthquakes happening in northwest Washington, on the west coast of the United States, Oregon, and not to mention the rock blast going on in Butte, Montana. One today was a 1.7, and yesterday was a 2.1. Oregon has had earthquakes, Washington, and along that west coast of California, between San Francisco and Los Angeles, and all around that Salton Sea, it is happening. The earthquakes are happening. And that empty spot between those two is Wyoming. It's right there. I don't know how much clearer it could be. The pressure is going on there. And I guess all of these little ones releases some pressure, but it also tells me that that stuff is moving. Those tectonic plates are moving. The San Andreas Fault, the Madrid, and all of those, Old Faithful, that's where the other one, that's where there was a small explosion there in a town called Cody, Wyoming. So I really, really think we should stay alert. People, just stay alert. Also, if we continue to move northwest, we're coming into that circle of the Ring of Fire, Alaska, one after the other. Just in the last 7 days, I can count at least 15 earthquakes right there. That's not counting the ones. Okay, these are all 2.5 or higher. Some of them have even been up to 4s, 4.2s, okay? So, what is going on with that? They're just everywhere. They are everywhere. Now, if we continue to move, there was another earthquake in a place called Tanaga, Alaska. That happened today. It was a 4. There was also a 3.9 around the same area. And the Aleutian Trench, okay, all around that Cook Inlet, where Mount Redoubt is. Also, there's another volcano up there as well called Pavlov. It's on that same Aleutian Trench area. Mount Redoubt. Then, of course, we've got Mount St. Helens down there. So, and Mount Hood, too, is an old volcano. But remember, the old volcanoes can wake up. It happened in Colima. That volcano went off. You know, what really concerns me is the connection between all the earthquakes and the volcanoes. As I've said before, I truly think the more these earthquakes continue to happen and the more those plates move, the closer it gets to a volcano that could cause some serious damage coming toward the United States, especially on that west coast. I'm seriously worried about that. Japan has had multiple earthquakes in the past 7 days. 4.9, 4.5, 4.7, 4.8, 3.9. Those have happened around Taiwan, Japan, Okinawa's had some. It's just everywhere. Not to mention, if we just continue in this Ring of Fire area, even New Zealand has had some in the past 7 days. 5.7, 5.2, a 4.9, 4.7. It's just all over the place. The Mariana Islands are also in that Ring of Fire, 5.2 going on. So what is up? What is up? USGS puts out a report that says Kansas and Oklahoma should be prepared for more earthquakes, just like California. I mean, really? Okay, where are we going to be safe? This is a shout out to my preppers as well. If these earthquakes continue, where are we going to be safe? I'm just saying. This is Mo Chat. Stay in touch with me. I will do my best to let you know what's going on. And I'll tell you if I hear anything else. There was a 4.3 just a little while ago, right there in that Adrian of Islands. That is on that Aleutian Trench. It's right there. Alaska is just getting bammed with a swarm of them today. Lots of them. Micronesia 5.1. Volcano Hawaii, they constantly have them, yes. But Alaska is just over and over. Cobb, California 2.1. That's right down there where that Salton Sea area is. Talkeetna is right next door to that Mount Redoubt. That's in Alaska. They're still getting slammed right there. 1.6, 1.7. It's just happening over and over. And sometimes there's two or three in an hour, in each hour. And Nevada is having several of them, 3 of them in a 2-hour period. In Butte, Montana, that rock blast, there was one today and yesterday. And Soldotna, Alaska, that's going on. In Houston, Alaska. More and more. Coho, Alaska. And a 5.1 in Bovette Island. Where is that? Bovette. That is in the South Atlantic Ocean. It's kind of between Argentina and the southern coast of South Africa. Right in there. And it was a 5.1. 167 kilometers deep. And that is the southwest Indian Ridge that happened on. So this earthquake report is a little bit long, and I'm very sorry for that, but I wanted to put this information out there for you so that you can see for yourself. Please visit the 2 pages that I am putting a link on. Go read those reports. Check out what's going on for yourself. It's better to know than not to know. This is Mo. Have a great evening. I will be back with a shout out to my subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and stay alert, people.